It's something that's nice to see. Those lurking rolls done so efficiently and so clean. As we move into the game here, Tom, I gotta ask, Haven, your favorite FPX?
Yeah, they're 8-0, Mitch. So this year, so I'm definitely going to be favoring FPX, but I'm hoping that again we can see a little bit of spice from the Vitality side as they look to put their mark, I guess, on EU Valorant. The start not going so well though. Again, the strength of the default, the aggression that I expected to see from the defensive side of Vitality has not gone particularly well. An easy first pick coming out. And wow, a second to follow from Angel. And now I wouldn't be surprised if we just see Vitality go for a fairly hefty gamble. Try and stack up somewhere on the map. Give themselves a chance in this round. Because if they try and play loose, try and cover every single site, they don't stand a chance.
Indeed. Yeah, if you're FPX moving into the attack, though, I do like the very start of this. The way you've seen them just wait for the push. They spread. You talk about Vitality's aggressive default. Well, FPX, they've got a passive one. Just waiting for them to fall into their trap. And that's something that, obviously, they've looked into a lot. Expecting that, ready to play the late round and run the clock down. Now, with Killjoy Utility up on B early on, again, it's the first time you're seeing Killjoy, so that's one thing that could catch them off guard. They're going to find it very easy as they push the C site, because that utility that would obviously do a lot in a pistol round. Even the damage that a turret does in a pistol is very significant when most players will be either operating with a ghost or with a classic or with no armor, and that's what the majority of FPX have gone for. The turret would be nice, but it's nowhere nearby. Look at that. Oh, they're dealing with Sender's flank as well. This is so well thought out from FPX. Their post plan isn't just go find some crossfires and wait. It's let's take proactive map control. Let's think about what they want to do and act specifically against it. That's worked out perfectly to leave Vitality in a position where, I mean, if they had weapons, they'd save, but it's the pistol round, so it's just probably not going to go their way. A nice kill by Jesmine, but time is so low. They've got to go here, and they've got to go now. That defuse is going to be stuck, tagged in the open. So well played by Dimasic to have the camera there. It's undetected, and it's easy as can be.
It looks like they've prepared for every single scenario. It's like somebody who has like all those different pins like on the wall, and they're like, well, this links to this, or this is the possible scenario, and then this is it, and it's just like, there's nothing you could do. The round's already over the second you lose those first couple of kills. Very well played pistol coming out from FPX. We expect nothing less. But this is where things got a little bit more spicy previously. Now, Brams is going to pull out that wonderful Bucky. As said in the last map, this is the pre-nerf, so it is as powerful as it was originally. That right click is disgusting, although we're still yet to really tell if the nerf is actually a nerf. I think a lot of people are actually saying that they enjoy it more.
You know what, I mean, on the topic of the right click, I don't know. I've varying experiences with it, but I will say I enjoy watching it more now. I think we get less of what we did before, classics versus rifles winning. It's like, yeah, just pure eco and you win the round, because it was insane. But now it costs you a little bit more to get that investment. When I look at FPX, though, that first round, it really felt like, you know, not only did they prepare for every scenario, but they almost had the step-by-step strat book, right? Exactly what Vitality were going to do. They were prepared for it every step of the way. The initial pushes, the weakness on C as they rotate, and then the flank. And the camera on the spike as well. Obviously, knowing Omen's alive, he'll smoke off and just push. That's an interesting flash. It's worked, I guess, because they've gotten away safely. Some damage done to Zipan on the fade back, but they're just taking these kills as clean as can be. It's a 2 versus 5, and only classics remain. What are you going to do if you're Vitality?
That almost makes me think of like the scene in Star Wars where it's like Obi-Wan, like, you must learn how to fight blind. It's just like throw it straight into his face. Like, Zipan, you're not allowed to see. It's like, well, if you can't do it without your sight, what if you're in that situation, Zipan? It's like, no, just let me see, please. Oh, God. He gets away with it, though. And again, like, that was the bonus round as such. Although what I will say is FPX are still coming into this with a couple of rifles, and they are on the players that combined got over 50 kills in the last map. So even though this is only Dimasic and Angel coming in with the rifles, Angel is also only 1 kill away from the run it back, which, like, let's be real. 1 Angel was enough. If you're playing an Angel with 2 lives in a round, just leave. Just run away.
I'm not sure that's even going to help you, though, because he's just going to run after you. He's chasing you down. Nothing to lose.
I smell blood.
It's like a shark. But yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, Angel's scary pretty much no matter what he takes. And what I do love is that he's just destroying the stereotype that has been around and sort of instinctive. Like, oh, as you get older, you know, once you hit like, I've heard some stuff like 23 or 25, that's where you're like, players can't play anymore. And it's like, oh, nice back. That flash was perfect. Great timing. They're going to rush on through. Angel dealt with by the molly that was down. And now the running back used for nothing. Vitality, they've walked away with a huge plus on this round. Wasted an ultimate of their opponents and taken the man advantage. Okay, FPX have weaker weapons, but had they been able to make it through that choke point, that could have been very, very bad. Like all those Spectres taking close range fights, you're supported on range by Vandals, and a run it back. Yeah, you're in trouble.
Sick trying to sell a fake, but it hasn't really worked too well. You can see Bram's firmly dedicated to this A site, ready for any such peak, and even has his teammates starting to rotate in as well. There's only 17 seconds for FPX to now play with, so they need to get a move on, and their fake has achieved absolutely nothing. Vitality holding down the fort. It's left to Xiao to try and do as much as he can, at least get them the plant down, but the push comes in, and there's just no time. Sick may make things costly, but the fact is the round is done.
Looks like he's going to survive here. They know that peeking him doesn't really give them anything. If they drop the weapon, he just gets the loss bonus anyway. So better off to just let him survive and build up your own economy at this early stage of the game. The shock darts, we've seen those in play before. The faster ones, teams have started to adapt to using, especially when, so if you overrun the A site very quickly, double shock darts will rarely get you anything. Because at that stage, you're not worried about a flank, and there's only spawn and heaven that they can push out of. Usually those will be smoked, walled off, something like that, which stops any aggression. Which means, at most, they probably have one guy watching it, and the others are going to be looking in the sky for those shock darts to come through.
Oh no.
I'm looking at where he died. That was just a spam through the smoke, plain and simple, wasn't it? He wasn't on top of anything. No, it was just out in the open. They pinged it maybe, and they just swung and took the kill. Shadow even connects onto Vac now to secure that man advantage even further, pulling it into the late stage of the round now in a 4v3.
This is where the cost that was caused in the last round by Sick could actually come back to bite them. The weaponry definitely not that strong in this round. Loki even having to take a bit of a risk to try and get a Phantom into his hands. But again, you just see the patience from FPX. They've got themselves in that advantageous position. They now wait to watch to see if their opponent can fight back. And oh, Loki, you've just been played. Sick is too aware of the potential of this aggression. And now they put themselves into a 4v2 position. It's up to Jesmond alongside Brams to try and turn this back. But they can already see the stars setting up into this A site, and they have no ground.
30 seconds left.
Jasmine will try and get something. He has the turret, but it's not going to come into effect. He wants to spam down. Oh, look at that damage. 31 HP remaining onto Shadow. But the hope, it's not looking great. Oh, Brams. That crosshair is disgusting. Filthy. I mean, anyone, come on, we can't select Shadow's crosshair and say this is okay.
It's not...
What is this? What is this? It's like it's bugged out and they forgot to color it in. Not that you'd want to color that one in because it's huge, but still.
Maybe this is just like his ultimate flex. Like he'll play with this for like the first few weeks and then he'll come back in. And it was like train. It's like when you put the weights on to train so that when you go running properly, you're like, okay, now I'm just a god. And it's like, okay, I'll put this terrible crosshair on and then I'll go back to a normal crosshair and I'll be so good there's nothing you can do.
But in all fairness, like I can see conceptually, like I think Brams is 700 IQ'd it. He's like, right, your crosshair, if it's small and has a gap, then it's like it blocks things on the left and right sometimes. If it has a dot, you're blocking in the middle where you need to aim. His is see-through, so it's outlining them, but in the place he's aiming, he'll always see them move left and right and stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think it's technically it's a good crosshair, but it's disgusting.
Visually, it's not.
Yeah, it's like when you get a car. It's like it's got good mileage. It does the job, but it's terrible. It looks bad, you know? It's like, come on. Priorities. Oh, Shadow. Okay, that's a nice one on the center. Again, the aggression of Vitality. They love to do it in the early round, but they've doubled up. Vac is pushing with the ulti and almost gets a second. Zipan was very, very low, but now Vac's in trouble. He's being pushed, but only by one. Okay, free kill. He gets out of there, and that's nice. Able to heal himself up with his abilities and a man advantage for Vitality. That's not how I saw that one going.
That's surprising from FPX. I almost wonder if that wasn't necessarily the plan, as it looked like we saw Zipan fall back, Shadow move forward, and as you said, they've given an avenue back into this round. Zipan also the one with the spike, so he can't really afford to take this duel versus Loki, and this is exactly what Vitality want. They have taken so much ground, they're actually looking to even continue this push, and although it's a little bit labored, Bram's spotting his opponent, it doesn't matter too much. Shadow, though, might just turn the tide once again, and he's alongside Angel, who's turned this into a 2 versus 1. The C site under their control, but the timing for Loki's good. He's been given a chance.
30 seconds left.
You know, that barrel spotted around the edge is really where this round went rough and tumble. All up to Loki. Arrow used up to clear out inside Garage. It doesn't really clear the window, so he's got to be cautious of that as he walks on in, and indeed he should be, because Xiao is on his way, creeping in and getting the timing perfectly. 3 kills and 4 rounds. FPX, they steam on into the lead.
It's again what we fall back into in the last map. Like, Xiao in his role within the team is not necessarily needed to be the mad fragger. The second you go, right, Xiao, we need you, he goes, oh, okay, boss, and just wins them the round. So quick to correct his aim. You do kind of feel like Jesmond should have got him there, but, wow, sometimes there's nothing you can do. And it sounds a bit harsh, but that was Vitality's round, Mitch. That was one that they almost had to win, and I feel like losing a round like that to FPX, it's going to make things so much tougher to turn back.
It's one of those things, you know, they continue to go for the aggressive play, and it worked out at the start, but it's sometimes the risk is not worth it. Angel making it work. Now, they're running against pistols, but at that range, pistols are pretty damn deadly, so good thing he's able to hit the shots so quickly. Well, at this stage, you know, 5 versus 3, I think Vitality are... well, not necessarily in the best of spots, Tom. It's fair to say with those pistols, with the man disadvantages. Yeah, it's a free round for FPX.
Oh, nice shot from Sender. Again, if they can retrieve any weaponry here, that would be nice. We're going to see Brams still with the Blade Storm, but it's actually Sender looking to try and do the majority of the damage. But again, it's only going to be 1 kill. And of course, it's another multi-frag for Angel. I feel like that has become the story of this series so far. The problem is, normally at the end of the matches, we're told by production that we have to put 3 people, like who could be the MVP. I don't think they're leaving us with much of a choice, because it might just have to be 3 Angels if this carries on.
Yeah, I think that's the way we have to go about it, to be honest. Angel, Angel, Angel. Just go that way. You can decide at home. Oh, Angel. Good damage. Of course, it's him we're talking about again. The flash around the corner, blinding them. And good early control, really. Because Vitality, they want to get aggressive sometimes, right? But at the start of the round, you posture up to get aggressive, and boom, there's 2 guys there. There's a flash around the corner. You're in trouble. Nice shot by Brams. He's connected the opening, and that run it back hasn't netted a single thing. But Dimisic managed to grab a kill onto Jesmond. That nade is perfect, but they didn't hold for it. Jesmond gets away for free. They're rotating instead towards the A site, already having hell. In the chaos of early C and B aggression, the ult used, they'd completely given it up, and now it's a free site, pretty much.
Spike planted.
These are the things that Dimisic just manages to do, to take so much control, and it's going to be a quick take back in, but Zipan has already shut down Vac. He goes it alone. And he leaves the server with the rest of his team now trying to fight this back.
Yeah, I don't know if fight this back is necessarily the best way.
I know exactly where you are.
Because they're saving this, 100%. It's the right call. After they lost the first, and look, that was actually really nice by Sender. It didn't work because of timing, because of good spacing from Dimisic, and that's where it's so important to be when you're pushing like that, even though you have the advantages, even though you've won the round, to go together with good spacing. Now, at that point, you might think, someone's going to say it like, oh, Angel didn't have anyone to trade him, but you're spread out to try and find people at that point, right? You gotta throw out the net and see what you find. But coming straight out of the site, 2 guys together, first kill happens, second guy's there. That's exactly what you need. Good spacing, good trades. When it comes to Sander, the reactions, they're so quick, man. He gets the kill, instantly swaps to Shadow Step, runs left, jumps, tries to pop it around the corner, but he gets traded on so quickly. If that works, he looks so smart. Like, that's such a quick and clean mechanical play. But instead, he just died. Unlucky.
Yeah, not ideal for sure, and well, this purchase is anything but. Demasic already gonna pick one off. Vac thought he had him dead to rights. The curveball, not quite catching him. And this is just the way that FPX like to play. It's methodical. They're patient. They get that opening pick and then they just wait for someone else to walk into their crosshair. And let's put it this way. If you're walking into their crosshair, they're probably going to be winning that duel. And already, we're just seeing them slowly get picked apart. There's been some tasty shots out from Sender thus far in this match, but a 1v5 with the Sheriff, I'm not a believer.
But then you saw his face, but he doesn't have a face, so that kind of, yeah. I get it. You can't be a believer then, can you? Damn it. Unlucky, Sander. You got to pick a new agent, bro. But 7-1, it's, well, presuming that Sander doesn't have a spin bot or something, this is 7-1. And for FPX, dominant. How many weapons do they lose is the only question. Spike thrown across, or even minimizing the risk there. And the barrel spotted. Okay, maybe an opportunity, maybe a chance here. Zipan, I have a feeling he's just going to turn and shoot Sender in the head as he comes around. He's cleared out backside. Is he suspicious? No, he isn't. TP into sight. He can pick up the weapon. Oh, but the switch time. That's so unlucky. And I think Angel might have had that in mind because he waited. He heard that. He could have peeked out while Shadow Step was underway, but he waited and then swung, took the kill. 7-1. God, I mean, after such a good performance on map 1, this is crushing.
Yeah, I think that, again, we've got to talk about the fact that this is a very young Vitality roster, not even just in the age of the players, but also in the time that they've actually been together as a 5, 2 new players being brought into the mix, and they're going up against one of the best teams in Europe. The other thing as well is the coach even said, like, we haven't had time to change anything, to create a few, like, cheesy plays, and it's going to rely just on what they've been able to come up with the very short time that they've had. So I don't want to be too harsh on them here. Like, this FPX squad is fantastic on Haven. As said, this year they haven't lost a map, and now they have lost a man. A good start from Brams. We're seeing that operator come into effect once again. It's been good for getting them the opening pick. The problem is there always seems to be a response, and once again, Demasic already looking to push and probe. He's found so many awkward positions that they haven't expected, and this time he's got a buddy.
Well, Zipan's the buddy buster taking down Brams. We got a nice cage to the left side, but no push in. Yeah, this is stealing information away. But Vitality, I think, spotted it. Because Loki, he peeked out. He saw nobody crossing, even coming out of that smoke. And, oof, I mean, honestly, that's kind of the worst case scenario. They've gone back and seen guys outside B. Like, they didn't get to fully extend the ult, so they didn't see everywhere, and it got destroyed. So you know someone is still middle. That means you're not going to stack up A, you're not going to stack up C, you're going to react on the B control. Loki is then left by himself and has to do it all. He gets one to start it off. 7 bullets left, goes back sight for the reload. Teammate on the way, locked down for the counter. I like this. Vitality in a really good spot. They catch Demasic, who's again trying to find space on that flank, but dealt with straight away. Here comes the lockdown as well, and that's going to completely lock them out. They're literally, they're going to have to push out to long and play this one slow, or Xiao's going to pop the Hunter's Fury and almost get a tag as well, right on his tippy toes. This ultimate's good as well. They can hold up close and take the fights together. They've spotted a lot of guys coming out of spawn, but that flash is so good. Shadow, though, he's pulled it back looking for the triple. The player didn't jump out of heaven, and now he does. Shadow with a 3K, and FPX, they take it. A 2v4, and everything was lined up for them. We talked about Shadow. We said that this guy, he's so good, but he doesn't get the credit. You know, playing the breach, his flashes are unbelievable. He gets so many assists, but right here, he shows what he can do.
He just knows. Like, this is one of those cases as well where if you're the player who waited in heaven. You're like, there's no way he expects it now. It's been so long. And he's just staring at you the second you come around the corner. Again, a round which I feel like Vitality are going to be kicking themselves. They've had a few of them as well. Like 1 or 2 opportunities where we could have seen them steal one away. And instead, they lose it, and it just puts the nail in the coffin. It makes it so unlikely, but shots like that from Brams could make things a little bit more interesting. They're looking to re-aggress, though, and Shadow still ready and waiting for any sort of peek. Xiao also watching as well.
He's got him through the box as well. I mean, if that happened on a buy round, you would be annoyed. And more for him as well. Down to 11 HP, but not dealt with. But I always feel scared when Brams is on a site, when he's looking to be pushed and he has knives, those Blade Storm in his hands. It's dangerous. Jesmond, he's just going finger guns on this one. I respect it. Go out there, pew pew. Hope that's the same for everyone at home, or else it's going to be really confused. Is that what I call a sheriff? Just the finger guns? I don't know.
Yeah, no, he might have 2. He might be pulling out like Julies or something, like trying to dual wield a couple of guns. He's got the hidden weapon. He's unlocked a special achievement that you haven't seen. Now, for Brams, the Blade Storm is invested here. So
I love it so much. I love it so much, man.
Oh, that is some acting right there. Can we get this man an Oscar? He cocked an invisible gun.
Oh, we gotta just watch it. Oh, let's go! No!
He was firing blanks. That's a shame.
The power of the imagination, unfortunately, not going to work out here. Brams, well, he's got knives. I don't know what's more realistic. Him just spitting bullets out of his mouth the way that Jasmine was, or flying knives in the air. That's always my main criticism of Valorant, Tom. You know, it just ruins the realism. When people shoot with their fingers, that's the problem I have.
Yeah, like
someone actually
ice
said
balls
that.
out of the ground. Absolutely.
I was in a game before and someone said it was something about a weapon. I think they said skins breaks the realism. I was like, you do know that people teleport and bring walls out of the floor. What are you talking about? It's like, but this gun is painted like a dragon. Like, what are you talking about?
That man is on fire. Like, what do you mean?
He spawned another one of himself, but the dragon skin's a problem, is it? Okay, cool. 9-1 though. I mean, we're having fun, and FPX are as well. But Vitality, after such a good showing on the previous map, and we know FPX are good on Haven. I really want to bring out a list of excuses for Vitality at this point. You know, they're a young roster. We could go here all day. This is not a map they should win. This is not a series they should win. That does not take away from how solid of a team they're looking like in the early stages. But FPX, they are world class. They are the best team in Europe, and in my heart, the best team in the world, maybe. Certainly up there in the top 3. And I can't wait till we get to actually find that out for sure. Brams. Oh, I really felt that no scope. I could see it coming, but it wouldn't even have been a kill. His Angel was in his ult.
And once again, they've lost so much control. Even deep A long being taken at the moment by the attack inside. So they have to be careful even rounding this corner. This is a bait and switch. Even if they kill Angel, there's no way they expect the second man. And they're going to go straight past Demasik. He's always the man lurking in the flank. It doesn't matter, though. He's not even needed. Shadow was there alongside him, and it's left on to just a couple of players remaining. It is not working out at all for Vitality. And Vac, well, he managed to at least take one. But the fact is, he's just got to try and save this gun. It is a bleak reality for Vitality as they're now down 10-1.
Wow. Yeah, the bleak is exactly the word I'd use. This is like a beautifully colored tier 1 movie by FPX. You know, it's a AAA blockbuster. I'm using gaming terms to describe movies. That's just how much my life revolves around video games. And then Vitality is like, it's like a black and white movie, you know? A Laurel and Hardy, but without any funny things happening at the moment. It's just, it's grim, but you want it to be good, you know? You want to believe in it in your heart. Also, Laurel and Hardy, absolutely goated. What a good series.
I don't think you really needed to say that. I think that's fact that they're still being shown to this day.
They don't get enough damn credit, okay?
Oh, God.
But yeah, they made a movie about it as well. It was good. But at the moment, yeah, look, these are the kind of series that I always do. Like, okay, look, if this was a team I didn't know or whatever, you're like, oh, FPX are sick, we know that, blah, blah, blah. But I feel so bad for Vitality, man. They've done everything right. They've made such a good game plan. FPX are just ready. every single... Oh, that's going to get a kill. Oh, he still gets killed. He even moved out of the way. But Zipan is just... It's locking on. It's a heat-seeking missile. Dimasic's watching the flank, so even if they get a foothold, even if they start moving in towards this site, Dimasic's going to come behind and just wreck their hopes. Look, watch. He's about to do it. Brahms thinks he's got it. He's moving to side. He might even get that kill. And, oh, look who it is. It's Dimasic behind. FPX are too good at this game. Can we nerf them, right? Nerf FPX, please. Thank you.
Yeah, maybe. Ooh, okay. Loki's trying to make this one at least a little bit spicy, but it doesn't last long. Angel, wow. He didn't want to even give them a hope in hell. 11-1. Well, probably one of the most dominating matches you're going to see within the VCT, and, well, I'm almost glad of that, because I don't want to see games like this too often. It is a brutal reality being brought down to earth after a good first map from Vitality, taking it to their opponents, some serious clutches needed. This has been utterly dominant. Every single player on FPX has played their role perfectly. And now, well, the only shining light at the end of the tunnel is if Vitality can get themselves a pistol.
I mean, Tom, you're peddling snake oil here. Come on. I don't think 11-1 down versus FPX, but if they get a pistol, Mitch, you know, their chances may improve from 0.1 to 0.2%, and then we're talking. That's double. No, like, obviously, the road for Vitality back into this game is, I wouldn't even say more of a path or a trail. It's like, I don't know if you've seen ice road truckers, but like the equivalent of that in person with like a 2-centimeter long cliff edge. That's where they're at. And it looks like they're tumbling down. Not a single kill to start this. The flash, the pursuit. And Vax able to get one. Okay, recovery into the round. That's, oh, God! Come on, man! Give him a chance! A little one tap out of mid. All right, well, 12-1. But Tom, if they win the second round, then...
Hey, at least they're going to force, you know? There's a chance, Mitch. There's a chance.
They're force spot, yeah.
Oh, no. We don't want to see a 13-1. Come on, let's at least make it to 2. At least it's not 0. That's something at least, but I want to see a second round Vitality. Come on, for pride.
At least it's not 0. You would be a great coach, Tom. Guys, we got a round. We got a round.
It's better than none.
But again, I want to say, because I know these teams will always get hate, man. Vitality, I like this roster. I like what they've been able to do. The first map was fantastic. Exactly. And sometimes you say that because you don't want to be too mean. But genuinely, I really want them to do well. I want to see more of these guys, and I'm sure we will in the next week. But right now, right here, one round on the board. They've got to get 11 straight to hit OT, to then win OT, to then make it map 3, to then win that. Yeah, that's...
So there's a chance?
It's like swimming the Atlantic. You could do it, but probably not. Oh, look at that side angle by Shadow. Good trade. That's the jet dash we want to see. That's how you utilize that piece of utility and that ability. Zipan, not even going to get one. Okay, they're in this round. They're here to play. But Angels kind of wreck their chances a bit because they have no mid control.
Well, it's going to be down to Sender, and he doesn't even get the time of day. One of the most dominant maps, as said, that you'll probably ever see within the VCT. FPX are not playing around. They are here to obliterate anybody that comes into their